Getting everything set up. Hey, go get it. What's up? What's up? Good evening. Okay, about to begin. 5 more minutes. They're gonna be ready. They should have been ready, but not 5 minutes, about 2 minutes. So what's up, everybody? Today we're gonna write a novel of about. Um, I'm gonna show you. This can go for anybody. I'm gonna teach it. And I can show you how we can. Even if you're a lawyer, an author like me, I claim to be an author and never wrote a book before until now. Um, this could be the longest book, and I'm gonna do it live. Show you everybody how I do it with ChatGPT, and you can follow along. I got a link in the description that's gonna take you to. Let me just explain all this while I get to set up. I'm gonna take you to a page I've called Notion. So what this page, what you can do is you can't edit this unless I can edit it because you click on the link in the description, copy it, and paste it into your own Notion, and you're gonna have this page full with all the stuff that we're gonna go through in this video, and you'll be able to adjust it to your story. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over the way you write long-term novels. On this channel, I show how you can write children's books, which is easy to do with ChatGPT, with a couple of prompts, a couple of questions. But with a novel, the technology ain't good enough to write you a bestseller. So, but the human, we know what a bestseller would be. So we'll be able to follow along the way and guide it into a novel, into a bestseller novel. If you got all these understanding of what novel is, so thanks to this brother, I'll give props who create this notion. You see, I pay Alizale. Go subscribe to his channel. You can do it right from the Notion. He teaching this on this channel, so I just pass it along. Everybody get a chance to write a book in their life, be an author, just write a good story. You never know how far I can go. So this chapter one of my story, I added I always to this point dialogue, and we're gonna go through these steps. We're gonna do a whole new story from scratch just so I can show the world, teach the world how to do it. It's for free. Notion is free. Just go sign up, copy this page, and follow these steps. So what we start off with an idea. See this book that I got for the story right here. Don't even I already had most of this. So I already just started right there. I started right here, but you can start right here. So what we're gonna do is use ChatGPT, sign up for free. So sign up for free, and this we're gonna use ChatGPT 4. Matter of fact, let's use 3.5. I always say that. Annoying. Most people ain't gonna have for $20 a month, but we're gonna start with 3.5. We're just gonna go through the steps. I'm gonna show you how we use this to help us generate ideas along the way. So we don't want to write a book. We want to generate the ideas for us, so we won't get writer's block that authors get. So I'll show you how to do that step by step. Go have some fun. So what you want to have open is you want to have your Notion open, showing you the steps. You want to have a ChatGPT box open, ready to get these ideas. You want to have a document open, a Word doc or Notepad, just so you can. You may have to remind ChatGPT of some things, and you got Notepad, you got ChatGPT, and later we're gonna be using Canva. That's at the end when you're ready to create your format and all that. We're gonna do that later. I'll probably in part two. And let's begin. So we're writing we're gonna go through these steps. So we're writing the novel, we start off with an idea. So if you don't have an idea, you can ask ChatGPT give you ideas for a novel, and they'll give you like 10. If you don't like those, just keep going. I already got an idea in general, but I'm gonna have them give me fleshed out ideas like this, combining your ideas in detail with proven genres. So I'm gonna tell it to give me genres. Okay, so we go into the third one for the most part. Generate a list of story ideas. When you see the word prompt, that means something we put inside ChatGPT. That's what we do. We put in prompts inside ChatGPT. So we pretty much can take this and go ahead and start. I already know what kind of genre I want. So if you don't, you just can put in this and let them generate the drum. You can just take out science fiction and just put a novel that is about, and then you can put genre. You want to put multiple genres because all the bestsellers they don't just have one genre, and you want it to be dynamic. You know, a good drama sometimes have comedy, a good horror will have sometimes sci-fi, suspense, and thrillers go together. You can put something like subgenre, subgenre. You could go ahead and put the setting, or you can tell it to give you setting. The main character of the story, and then you can tell they give you a main character and a main plot. No, we'll get the plot later. You can just say and a main character and see what it give you. You don't gotta put the word prompt in there. Just generate a list of story ideas for a novel that is about genre, subgenre, and subdrama. So you can pick three for you. Give me a set and the main character. Let's see. See, they already mixing the genres and giving you the what you asked for, the setting and the main character. So they give me 8. You can ask for 8 more if you don't like these. So that's the power of ChatGPT is an idea generator for the most part. Deja vu, what's up? What's up? So you see, they give me eight more, and they give you subject, they give you genre, subgenre, and subgenre. I didn't even know that was a word, but they know what I meant. Yeah, right. So that's basically what I going after. They already know what I want, so I'm gonna use this number seven. I want to use number seven, but I want to change up some things. Okay, let's go back to our damn. I didn't even been sharing the right screen. Well, pretty much I write generate a list of story ideas for a novel that is about genre, subgenre, and subgenre. Give me a setting and the main character. And they went on to do it real quick. And I asked it to give me eight more. Black salute. And it give me eight more. And number seven is what I choose. I just want to change this up a little bit. I want to do, I'll keep Chicago, but I want to do, I'm going with, and I like to just talk to it like a human. The more you talk to it like a human, it gives you what you want back. I'm going with mystery, crime, drama, serial killer. Oh, I won't leave that open. I'll leave. I'll leave that open. Set in Chicago, 1980s. Uh, um, Main character. And I telling them these things because it's gonna always remember it for me throughout this whole process. It's gonna remember everything we chat about as long as we stay inside this chat box. If we create a new chat, then it's not gonna remember. It's only gonna remember everything in this chat. So main character, um, and I like to structure it with different symbols and stuff too. You can do that later. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Main character, an African American woman, detective, widow, age 37. Antagonist. See, that's the protagonist, so I could put main character and I could put protagonist. I could put um, and protagonist. I'm moving too far ahead, but you'll see when I go back to the other screen. Protag. You keep it simple as possible. And antagonist. And I use in a program called Grammarly. You can download Grammarly on your computer. and they'll do all the grammar and spelling. Antagonist. Um, let's keep it stereotypical. Drug kingpin who uh, protagonist leave killed husband. Revenge. That's another uh, genre. So how would they can understand my structure. ChatGPT.Get. I even gotta fix none of these spelling. They can understand this right here. You can write it just like this and just go. But I'm gonna show you how I keep it structured. I just stop it like that. Say I already know that I meant, but I'll stop sometimes and just go back and edit it. Because when you press enter, it automatically start typing. I don't want it to do that. I want to be able to press enter so I can format it. So my genre, colon, and I just doing this. You don't gotta do this. You see that it automatically understood, so you don't gotta do. But if you don't, sometimes you can just go back and do it like so you can understand setting, colon, main character, and so on and so on. I already did it did a good job. So I'll just regenerate response. I ain't want no summary. Not yet. Let's do this real quick. Keep it going at your speed. Don't let it go farther than what you're doing inside your lesson plan. Right? Don't let it do that. Because they'll start hallucinating and writing about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with your story. Always read what they give you. Don't just let it give you stuff and you say, okay, I'm gonna use that. You got the creative power. You're just getting ideas from it. Main character and um main character. I want to put the antagonist also as a main character because I'm gonna get other characters from it. Okay, and let's go back to Notion. Share this tab. So this the idea section, and for the idea, okay, write me. I can ask it to write me. I can go ahead and go to plot because we already got the idea. But I'm gonna have it take note of the idea for later. So when we go back and tell it to stick to the idea, it'll understand what we mean. So since we already now got this formatted out, we can go ahead and write that. We can write our note for it, right? So it won't go too far like it did. Try to do write me a summary and name, title, and all that. We don't want to do none of that right now. So let me go enter and give it a note what you want it to do. Take note of, and I put this in parentheses so you can have something to reference. Just our idea. That's all we just need that know. Idea. Take note of idea and wait for my next instructions. That's all you want to do right now. You see, got it. I'm ready for your next instructions. So the next instruction we got the plot. So a plot is a sequence of events that make up a story. It is the way that the story unfolds from the beginning to the end. Everybody should know what a plot is. We learned this in school. There are various ways you can structure a plot for a fiction or nonfiction novel, fiction novel for the most part. Nonfiction got its own system. So we got the three act structure. We got the setup, the confrontation, and the resolution. We got the hero journey, which is another way people format their books structure. But you can also say you got you can also ask it, give me give me five good plot structures I can use. And you want to keep it you want to keep every step of the way so you can understand. So you always reference again because I already know I'm end up referencing to keep it in this plot structure, the one I choosing from this five. So they're giving me the plot structure based off what I gave it before, the idea. They already understand that the idea. So you see, they're adding the kingpin and all that already in there. They get what I want, but I don't want a plot structure yet. So let's edit this. I won't hold back. I want a story structure. That's what I think it is. I think it's a story structure. So let's edit that and say story structure. Then we go ask for the plot. What else you could do is you can find some of the best fiction crime novels that are already writing in this niche, and you can use that author style. ChatGPT know about most of the major authors in the world, and know its style. The book that I write in currently, I using R.L. Stein and Stephen K. Mix in that structure style. So he writing in that style for me. So give me the five good story structures used in best-selling fiction crime novels. All right, see, I like this one. Already ambushing protagonists who become a tag on the web in the web of crime and corruption. The stories build around the protagonist's effort to extricate himself from the situation after the violence, betrayal, and bleak outlook on life. Let's let's give it an example. For example, the three what do you call it? The three act. Okay, three act structure. No detail, just story structure. Okay, but they give me good. That's now they do implement what I want and inside the story type structures. So this structure divides the story into series of interconnected episodes or cases In crime novels, the structure can be used to create a series of puzzles and investigations that lead to a larger resolution and conclusion. And that's perfect. Okay, we're gonna go with number five. Always keep it steady. Don't just if I don't put this, then it's gonna start typing the whole novel or try. So I'm going with number five for my novel. Take note and wait for my next instruction. So what you can do right now inside your Notion, you can go ahead and copy and paste this. Since you're already done with this, you can copy and paste this in either your notes, or you can just go ahead and put it in this Notion. When you can again you can edit this, but you can take this Notion and create a copy of it into your own Notion, and then you can edit anything on the page. So what you will do is you go under this section where you got idea, and you'll create a whole new section right there, and you'll paste that in there. Well, not that, but this right here. Copy and paste it. And then your plot section, we got to go into this now. You already got your structure. You can go ahead and take that too and put that in there for your reference. Put it at the bottom under the examples. You want to keep the examples that he got on the page for your so next time you write plenty novels, just using the same example. You can put it right under this example. So you're using an episodic structure. I know you'll be able to move this down. Let me see. Okay, I need space. So put that right there. So you got your structure for your plot. So we can ask for the plot in our way. We already got our structure. So plot a story using. We can use this way. Plot a story using the episodic structure. Using on the following story, and then you can put your idea in this bracket, and then you can add any additional ideas if you want. So let's do that. That's why I tell you to copy and paste those different things like idea and make them take note of that so they'll know. So plot a few. I can just put give me a few plots for the story using the. You can keep parentheses if you want to make it. It don't really matter. And instead of writing it all out, you understand what you want from the beginning, right? So I can just keep idea in that. I'm gonna just use my idea and I say things like from above. I chose earlier, so you remember. So give me a few parts for the story using the episodic structure. I don't need that on. Using the following story idea I chose earlier. So that's simple. That's the next instruction. Let's get some plots. So give me 8 episode plot structure of an entire story. The protagonist, episode 1, gets a new partner and investigate a robbery at a jewelry store. They discover the robbery was committed by a gang with ties to the drug kingpin. The protagonist and her partner investigate. So they're saying protagonist because we ain't fleshed out these people. We ain't fleshed out who these people was yet. We'll do that next. And her partner investigates a series of drug-related homicides. They discover that the killings are linked to a new drug being distributed by a drug kingpin organization. We talk about the drug deal going down at a local nightclub. So this look all right. You can ask it to do it again and give you something else, or you can ask it to change anything inside these. These just the born structures. See, they story member, she lost her husband and everything. She must have come to terms with grief and find ways to move forward. It's against the okay. Let's look good. I'll rock with this. I'm this as see. I tell them to take note of this as basic plot. So just in case we want to enhance the plot, we'll have something called enhanced plot, right? So this they always remember this as the basic plot, so we can keep them reminding them use the basic plot from the beginning. Don't type nothing farther than don't go outside of this and stuff like that. They tend to do that if you don't be careful, right? So great, take note of this as basic plot and wait for my instructions. So now you can see how I can just copy and paste this basic plot into my Notion as basic plot. And this right here is a long method, but this when you're trying to write a real good, you know, because a lot of authors they're gonna say AI cannot write a good novel like them. You already know they're gonna say machine can't do what they do. But if you know how to prompt, you could get a great novel that can sell and make you a millionaire. Because you know a good story, you might not be an author, but you know a good story. So you can read what ChatGPT give you and put it together into a great story. And a great a novel is when you're talking about a fleshed out full novel, you're talking about 50 to 60,000, 70,000 word books. And ChatGPT shit, you try to get it to write a 4,000 word, it'll start hallucinating after 1,000, truncating, changing shit, doing all type of shit. So they write on that point that it's not technologically advanced enough to sit there and write this whole $70,000 book, 70,000 word book, but I can guide it to it, which I already done with another book. That chapter you see on this page, that's gonna be my introduction. The second chapter, I got the dialogue, got everything in it. Is like it's very long. It's a long for a true novel, and I guide it slowly but surely to that chapter. And I'm gonna do that with all 12 chapters and reach the 70,000 word range of full fledged out novel. That could be my first novel, and it's gonna be my second. Rich, salute, salute. Working with Chat GPT real quick. So we already got the structure, and we got it written out as a epic, as a basic plot. So we can write that under it. We'll go on to character development. Character development is the craft of giving character a personality, depth, motivation that propels them through a story. Without this, your story will have no meaning. Characters give the reader to invest in your story. So take some time and create meaningful character with that. ChatGPT will assist you with this. So let me see how they do. I'm going to train the framework of a believable character. So you can give them a framework to work with, right? So you can give them this framework first, and then tell them to write you a certain amount of characters. So let's do that. So basically telling them that you're telling it to understand what a character profile should be, and then you ask them, "Do you understand?" You could tell it to wait for your instruction after this, but let's see if they do that on its own. So you understand the six fundamental aspects. Okay. So now you can go back and remind it, like by saying, "Okay, using my idea and basic plot, give me four main character arcs and I'll say seven um well not main but you got 90 page 190-page book or you got a screenplay. Okay, you're right. I've been thinking about that too. Acts, play, screenplay, anything that we can write, we can produce now with this thing. This bad boy, people understand. Say we got four main character arcs and seven what we call it. I forget already. Supporting characters. using the 6 fundamentals. There you go. I didn't get it the first time around. Yay, money on the table. All people gonna be hearing is how people made millions, their first million, or this and that, using AI. There could be so many stories, and it's gonna be crazy. So main character, I don't see antagonist. The antagonist right there, but they got that subcast. So I guess she is the main character. We'll stick to that. So here are 4 potential character arc for the main character. See, they ain't get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me see something. Please continue. 7. Sometimes you gotta press please continue. I guess they'll fix that in ChatGPT 5. So just put in please continue writing, and they'll finish off where they ask you. So he give me 1 main character. I like it. Olivia Walker. Sound like a black lady, is it? Protagonist. Overcoming her grief and trauma from losing her husband and seeking justice for his death by taking down the drug kingpin. Let me ask this again, but you notice a trick right here too. People don't really know about in ChatGPT. You can change the temperature, and that just give it more creativity. Temperature, and you go from 0 to 1 on a scale of like 0.90 something. So I just put 75, and then I'll see what you do. So you say, give me more, be more creative, and it give me a whole lot more characters, but it ain't fleshed those one out as much. Let's see, Angela's new partner, character arc, character flaws, reliability, relatable backstory, pass. It did give me a lot. It just ain't structured out like how I wanted. So you got 4 Mark, and you got another officer, Sarah Martinez. Okay, that's fine. We got different nationalities in it. Got an Asian, Angela new partner. That makes sense. Oh, he come from Chinatown in the 80s. You know what? I want to change that. I want to change John to a rookie who like her. So all in your imagination. It always gonna be along your imagination. So I will always say read it and see what they say. And you can change up slightly where you don't like. So change John going to going to change one thing, it ain't going to change everything, but that's all right. You can keep everything similar. All right. It changed what I wanted to change. And you can go through this until the change. Like how I did this now one thing, and they'll do it. I want it to do it. You can do it yourself, but I want it to do it because I'm gonna have it remember these characters, like I did the other parts of this thing. Okay, so we got this. You know what? They play too much. Let me rewrite this in a structured, bulleted, and numbered way, please. So let me go back right here so I won't be confused. Right here. Rewrite this. And another reason why a character profile is important when you're writing a novel is that you will see these novels turn into things like movies or cartoons or stuff like that, and you definitely need character profiles. And it becomes the bigger it becomes, the more you're gonna need that because you can see the cards, trading cards, and different things like that. Some people fall in love with the character because they got its own story, right? So rewrite the whole character profile in a structured bulleted and number way, please. Give me a space between how I know it's gonna do that. Make number six and then make seven a whole new character instead of just putting one uh using bullets. That's ChatGPT 3.5 though. Four, I gotta do all that. They already get half of those little small things fixed by four. So I'll just pay for four records, y'all. Let's go ahead and pay that. You'll make it back if you use it properly. So anyway, that's everything. That's everybody. Like, so I got Angela Jameson. No, I changed her name again. Angela Jameson started off a hardened detective who consumed by the desire for revenge against the drug kingpin who she believed killed her husband. Throughout the story, she learned to let go of her anger and find a sense of closure. Let me check on Terry. Rookie partner and potential love interest. Terry's young, enthusiastic officer eager to prove himself to Angela in the department. Throughout the story, he learned to trust his instinct and stand for what he believes in, even when it goes against department policies. He developed a romantic relationship. Okay, they give him backstory, internal conflict. Rachel, they even had Rachel, just a victim of drug overdose. Mark, we're gonna need more. and then finish. We're gonna need more because she could be doing more crimes. We're gonna need more victims, and okay, they starting to add more. Okay, Mark second in command, another detective. And they making sure we stick with the original plot that we had. They keeping it within those bounds. I'm using supporting because I don't want them to be too important to ChatGPT. Just give them some small role throughout the story, a little bit of dialogue. That's how we flesh out the stories. Give me some victims or criminals as supporting characters. Okay. Danny Lee. So you see, they pin Angela and Terry in the extras. They keeping in mind this one story. That's why you slow walk them, so they can give you more, but understand. I don't want them to just give me something talking about another book, and they'll tend to do that if you just asking them for generic stuff. So that's good enough. What I gonna do is that's why I tell you put a notepad out so you'll be able to make it take it out this bad structure and fix it. So let's go ahead and get all these. And we move on to the next. So they give me here twice. Character arc. Name Mark Johnson, drug kingpin. He a character. He the main character, and they made something's sure didn't. He give all the black people names and shit too. Right? Give me Mark Johnson. Um, Profile, please. Okay, that's the full Mark Johnson. So you can just come in here yourself and supporting characters. Okay, Angela Jameson, Terry Jenkins, and they'll come right here now. For the space. That's all I wanted to do is put a space on this so I can. I don't want to leave it inside here like this. I can't keep going back up here, right? So let's get I got Sarah Martinez and Carlos Rodriguez and Michael Harris. All right, so let's get all of them. Michael Harris. Okay, and move on. Okay. All I do is copy and paste it in my notes, which I can take the whole thing and put it inside Notion as my character's development. So however notepad you like to use, I just like to use Notepad. I do that quicker than Notion, so I'm formatted in here, then switch, put it in Notion. You can just do straight Notion if you know how to use that. But I still learn how to use that, so let me go ahead and make these spaces, and then we're gonna put this in the whole thing. Well, let me get Mark. Did I already get him? Nope. Put him up here. That's what I'm doing. Then put him right under her. All right. The antagonist, the main antagonist. So what I can do is here, I can edit, select all, and copy that, and go back to Notion. And so I already got a story going, so I'm gonna close this, and I'm gonna go on top of this. Let me move this down one, and I can paste it inside there, just to keep everything in order. See? So we got our characters for the story. We're gonna what is this? Make we already did the plot. We already got a basic plot. See, you already know I don't know how to use this yet. Let's try it. Okay. Now, character development. We just did that just now. And you see, we got everything we need for it to move on to the next. And I probably gotta put this inside I know I did that right. But world building is next. With world building, we building the setting, location. Let's go ahead and chat GPT and talk to it. First, keep note of my novels, character profiles as whoever I put inside the parentheses while naming it, the final. Basically, if you want to make it even like I wait for the final right, when I'm happy with it, and then I name it because I want to just refer to it. So you can just put character profiles, or you can put. And the reason I do is because I had it sometimes ask me what profiles, like the one you just gave me above, dummy. And he still don't with what I talking about unless I name these things and then we can take note and I can come back and say it from the character profile and that'll be it. Keep a note of my novels character profile as character profile and wait on my next instruction. I pen that every time because I want to know we're moving forward and building this. Well, because you ask it to build you a bestseller novel, it's gonna say it's an AI machine and can't build you a novel, but it can help you. So I'm making it look like that's what we're doing, but it actually doing most of the building. I just making changes here and there. The thing about the way I think about it as a genius that got a lot of information, but it's slow. It don't got a lot of experience and memory. So you gotta guide it like that. But they know everything. Wikipedia and every all the different stuff that they feed it. He understands a lot of things, but he don't understand how to give you it right. I will wait for your next instruction. Okay, let's begin with let's feed it what you want within. So they're gonna give you. Let me see. This might be real for another. So that's the framework you can use right here. And again, you can give it more. Like I said, ChatGPT didn't know about your world. I already told it 1980s Chicago around crime. So let's some of this I don't want. But I'm gonna tell they give me a couple of ideas from this. Okay, let's begin with world building. And they know these terms like world building, but I'm gonna still give it information. The fundamental pieces. So they even get deeper than what we would think about if we just been a rookie novel writer. These things we would have missed. I don't know what that the society part means, but I'm gonna leave that in there. Might be important. I don't want to start writing yet. I want to tell me you understand before we begin. Okay, let's begin. All right, I switching back and forth to these tabs. I be forgetting to switch, man. Right, hold on. I understand the five fundamental pieces of immersion world building: setting and location, climate. Okay, for my novel based on my basic plot, give me three world building frameworks. All right. Chicago, Illinois, 1980s. Story take place in a bustling urban environment with crowded streets and bustling city life. Chicago in 1980s known for its high crime rates, release and dangerous. So, boom, 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 with the large African American population, history of racial segregation, house of human in summer, sense of richness, discomfort. Let me see. I think I like number two. Like number two is why looking for a 1980s South Side Chicago, tightly knit power structure play a role in the plot. Definitely want this power structure plays a role in the plot. So I'll go with number two. And what I'm gonna do is let's see if you want to flesh this out. Probably. So let's see. So yeah, you do flesh that out. So let's get them. Let's get prompt, location, and setting. It's about the environment that ties into the plot. So let's get that. While they get real dynamic on them right now. Take pieces out where they give me. And you can do this with any type of story you imagine in your mind. It can be a time traveling story about a princess. It don't matter. You start with the idea at the beginning, and it'll give you some. So 1980s. Share about this environment that ties it to the plot. I'm going to ask you some I want to give you some instruction to create my framework that we will call the world we wrote. I given them a strange name like that to remember because it'll recall that you mean from the world we built framework that we. I wanted to know that, so I instead of just giving them a name like world building like we did in the last few ones, character profile, that's generic, and they might think that I talking about a character profile that don't got nothing to do with my story or it'll forget. So I naming it something that we will always be referring to. So I'm going to give you some instruction to create my framework that we will call the world we built in. And that's the reason why they talking about they got jobs, you know, they're not paying people 100K, 200K a year to be AI prompt engineers. Just people who know how to get write it. These right here is called prompts. So learn it. Draco salute. What it do? So we got that part. Let's give it let's put it in numbers. One. First instruction. And I'm give me all these that could be my the world we built on this way that we save. So the second one, write me some ideas about the technology that will help characters move through the plot. We in 1980, so you should give us 1980s technology, and that keep the story in that setting, right? If you're reading that story, you should be able to get nostalgic from that time period with some certain descriptions. So that's why world building is, you know, it's important to make sure they got that understood. Maybe before you start even writing the first word, we want to have all this ready. So two would be this. And you make the prompt however you want it. I get these from right here. I keep forgetting to switch my tab, but that's the world building section. When you go inside yours, you can change up what you want, how you want it. This right here been done with a sci-fi futuristic novel. So you're gonna see some of those examples, but it just gives you an outline of what you can do to get a full novel out of with the help of ChatGPT. Once you by the time you get down to the end, by the time you get right here, you should now you're trying to figure out the title. You already got a full novel by the time you get right there, right? So following the steps, like so, no matter how much you want to do it, you can do it as fast, or you can take your time and do, put out something epic. So let's get to the next one. Power system. Well, power exists. I think they mean like government. We don't need that for this. They are automatically going to have those assumptions. So weaponry we don't need, and vehicle transportation we don't need because pretty much we can ask it one more question to cover all this. And three, uh, what brands and tech? When they talk about tech, so I guess we can go vehicles, cars, brands and cars. Uh, Give me some brands and cars that fit the time period. I'm asking for all three of these things in one prompt, and that can be known as the world we built, so we can save that and have them save that in their mind. That's important to continue the story from. You don't have to keep reminding them through with all these things. You can just give it the what you name it. Okay, let me refresh. Device I've been on too long. Try this. So you go back to your novel, and you can rename this on the side. Um, Crime novel. You ain't got a name yet, so you're still just getting the structure. So you can always come back to it. You see how they name it, the Runway Boat. Nike, Adidas, Levi's, and Reebok in the 80s. So they understand what I mean. Payphones, okay, pagers, all right. Handwritten notes. Overthoughts, what's up, what's up? Highly favored, what's up? Keep the change, what's up, what's up? Setting and location, Southside Chicago in 1980s. The Southside Chicago 1980s was characterized poverty, violence, racial tension. Community was tightly knit. Same thing from up there. Divided into distinct territory controlled by different gangs. The police department was corrupt. I didn't know that. With some officers turning a blind eye to criminal activities. Say, but I ain't happy with this, so let me tell them to expand. Yeah, some more stuff that make it more 1980ish in a system. Okay. That is salute. What it do? So basically, I give it the three instructions to create this world building part where we go. Okay. High malfunctions now. So I tell it, keep note of this, the world we built, and tell me everything I tell you to note thus far before I give you my next instruction. Just to make sure you remember everything. Idea, setting, basic plot, episodic structure, main supporting characters. They tell you this thing is crazy. That's exactly what I wanted. In the world we built. And they give me the small version instead of oh yeah, he did say it's gonna give me just a summary of everything. I'm about to say, hold up, give me the expansion version. But it's giving me a summary. That's crazy. Queenie, what's up? What's up? What's up? So we're gonna move on to the next part of this novel building writing framework. So we get into the outline, which we're gonna ask for a basic outline, then expanded outline, then a fleshed out outline. So right here, as we see, we already got everything else set. Start with the idea, the plot, the character development, the world building. Then we get to the outline section, and there will be we get okay, write a basic outline. And I don't gotta even take this because I already know that I remember all the different things that I gave it. I can just say and write a basic outline based on everything I had you to note because they already know why I had to note earlier. Now this where the magic come in. Based on everything I had you note, give me the give me a basic outline and what structure did it give me? Episode structure. Wait, it did. Let me see. Yeah, I remember episode structure. Okay, based on everything I had you note, give me a basic outline for my novel. And I perfectly how I want to put all the characters in there. They just going to basic outline right now, so we ain't gonna get everything that he knows. He just trying to put a structure of a story together from beginning to middle to end. You don't want to have a story all over the place. Trey Spectors, hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I ain't even had planned to go live. I just about to do this anyway, but I said I'll do this live and teach somebody else. I'm gonna create this story, this novel anyway. So it's continue because it's stopped. That's the only problem that they gotta fix. Get tired talking. So, but you see what it did? It forget one of the things I had a note, and it doing a basic outline based off how basic outlines does Act One, Act Two, Act Three. But I don't want it like that. So what I'm gonna do is give it a more personalized thing like this by saying something like give me my, then put it in parentheses so you're gonna know that's something I can have them note later from my novel. I gotta remind them using the episodic. Okay, that's much better. Keep going. Okay, let me scratch this out myself again. Come back up here. Okay, I must see what you're doing. So I write based on everything I had you note. Give me a basic outline in parentheses for my novel using the episodic structure because I want to continue. It noted that's why I had a note. See right here. I note that earlier, so he remembered. It just gave me a basic outline based off how they think basic outlines of books should be, and I have to remind it to get me to in this form, and I want 12 chapters. And so I'm gonna guide it to create this basic outline. At this point, it can do a whole lot more than this. You can have it whole. Just go ahead and write me the 70,000 word novel. You can go ahead and do that based off everything you know. But that shit gonna be all over the place just for trying to go that fast. Queenie, what happened, Queenie? Somebody lie on you? You know how that go in this sector. But anyway, based on everything, let's see what they do. And I like how he did the first time and they expanded. This is kind of we'll keep this as the basic. Note this as the basic outline. Well, basically, you need to read this on yours because you gotta make sure everything congruent from the other ideas that you've been getting from it. So Angela is introduced to as a detective haunted by Angela and Terry is assigned to investigate a string of murders. Okay, Angela and Terry discovers evidence. Back to Mark Johnson. Okay, and Danny Lee. Okay, Miguel Torres. So they adding all the characters. In 12 chapters. And they put them in parentheses themselves. Like, all right, I understand. As basic outline, you want me to name it? Name itself. How I name myself this now? Because I forget to put my parentheses this time. So you get an understanding of how smart it can be. Okay, let's move on to the next. So we got the basic outline. Let's go to the expanded outline. expand the outline using I guess he keep putting the structure back in it. So I guess he probably realized that he go into his own structures. So I might just have to do the same thing, just keep telling it the episodic structure. I thought I named it properly, but let's just put that in the next prompt. So right here we're talking about the expanded online prompt, and expand the basic outline using the same thing based on. I don't think we gotta put all these. We can just put everything that is noted. So let's go ahead and do that. And you know what's easier than writing novels is writing like screenwriting, screenplays. That's even easy to write. It's not as much words. But when you got novels and stuff, you get to the point you got to fold a good bit of words. Like say 70,000 is like a little bit. It's a little bit more a novel. So you try to reach that much and have it stay congruent and consistent for that much word. It's gonna take slow walking, just think like very slow. That chapter that you see on this page is after I get down to this part of this page right here. I start with I already had this, but I start right here, went through, and I already had the first two. I start right here, and I went through, and this way ain't not what, and this ain't that much. So what I doing now is expanding this by having it talk to me from each episode and give me three ways I can expand these paragraphs myself. So I go into each paragraph to expand each paragraph with ChatGPT. So I probably triple the amount of words I use in this first paragraph. Well, this gonna be my I call this final because that's gonna really be my intro. I shift the whole story. I can make this the intro. And what I do with chapter two is paragraph by paragraph, dialogue, even the dialogues in it. I changing the dialogues up myself to make the conversations longer. And even the part when she's telling jokes, they got her telling jokes in there. I could tell her to give me five more jokes. I'm gonna pick the one I think is funnier. So you see how it's us working together instead of just having it write it for you. You ain't gonna get no good book if you just let it write it for you. They don't got the creative imagination spirit, but you got to understand of structure. So basically, y'all working together on two things, right? Two fronts. So let's continue with this. We're gonna do the outline, expansion outline. We're gonna do the samples of dialogue, and then we'll be done. We ain't gonna do every chapter, and that's gonna show you how you can write a novel using this page, which you can go click on in the description. And when you get on it, just copy it to your own Notion, so you'll be able to edit it how you want to edit it. So anyway, let's get back to business. 'Cause it is big business. Best-selling novel, as you know, people get wealthy from novels. Authors can get wealthy, right? Not just rich, but wealthy from writing good novels. So, and a good novel, beyond money is a good thing to leave behind, like making a movie. So let's go ahead and get our. We don't need to copy and paste that. We're just gonna tell them to. Okay, okay. Now we will create the ex- expanded outline using everything I had you noted including, reminded, including the, put that inside parentheses too, so you can remember that. You want this as a episode structure. Now we will create the expanded outline using everything I had you noted, including the episodic structure. I'm gonna just tell it to create not weevil. I'm gonna just tell it now create a, just in case I want to change something, using everything I had you noted, including the episodic structure. And look at they even name the chapters instead of episode, the name of the chapter. Expand outlook includes the episode structure and connected cases, with each chapter advancing the plot towards the ultimate goal of bringing down Mark Johnson. It also incorporates the various elements of world building, character development, setting that you've noted throughout our training. Thank you, sir. So now we got the expanded outline. Great. Keep note of the So now we got the expanded outline. We just need one more, which is the flesh out outline. And then we just can copy and paste that you know inside our notes, which I'm gonna do later just to save time on this video. I don't gotta keep doing the same things on this video. I can do this later because you gotta save inside here. I just don't like to save in here because look, you got so much. It's like confusion after a point. So I put it in a nice little format on this video. It's a nice little format to go stop up to Alan Zale. He come out with this structure. And right here, Alan Zale, when you get on the page, you can just click subscribe right there. All right. So what next? The flesh out outline. Fresh outline, expanded outline. Fresh out the expanded outline. And we don't gotta use none of that. We can just see. Again, we can use that same prompt we use. We can just say using all the noted, using everything you even noted. Okay. Flesh out the expanded outline. That we'll call, I don't put the in there just to play with it so you'll know I want to see that when I actually remember. A lot of time when you start forgetting things like that, I have to ask it, do you remember what we say above? But he still get confused because we might have said a lot above. But doing it this way, you can ask it if they remember the outline. Then you can say, "Why tell you what's it called? You mean the flesh out outline?" Okay, you know, then go ahead and write that in that. Then they ain't gonna write it right. They might write it wrong, and then when you do that, they'll write it right. That's why I say that's it's like a child that knows everything. Hey, what's up, 27 down? So I writing inside it right now. Okay, flesh out the expanded outline that we'll call the flesh out outline. Put that in parentheses. Okay, flesh out the expanded outline that we'll call the flesh out outline. Using everything that was noted. So as you go into each of these different scenes, when you get to like chapter one, it'll remember this fleshed out outline, and it wouldn't write nothing outside of what they already know. So this structured as a perfect story from got a beginning, a middle, and the end. And these things are very important for having a story. That's the hardest part of being an author, just to have structure and continuity into a story. People imagination run wild, they go too far into this or that, or they'll bore out the crowd. But ChatGPT know what bestseller is because it it studies a bunch of books, so we know the structure. I will make a good book on the point of structure. And we'll keep the interest based off us. By the time we start writing the chapter, we'll be seeing what it does, and we'll be following along with what ChatGPT right? And then we'll be like, okay, I want to add this part in there. That could be interesting, but without getting away from the structure, you'll be adding the funny parts and the interesting parts. You'll be changing stuff up to make something more interesting, and get the point. It is what it is. What's up? What's up? So you see, chapter one, Angela Williams is a detective with the Chicago Police Department, haunted by the death of her husband Richard, who she believes was killed by drug kingpin Mark Johnson. Terry Jenkins is a rookie cop assigned to Angela's team. He is eager to learn from her, but also intimidated by her reputation as a tough and relentless investigator. The story begins with Angela and Terry being assigned to investigate a series of murders related to drug trafficking in the south side of Chicago. They discover evidence that points to Mark Johnson organization being involved. And they got follow the trail, the next chapter, and you can ask them to expand this and have this expanded fleshed out outline. If that's saying enough, but that's enough. He's just saying finish. Please continue writing. So 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, 12 chapters. Like I had to remember earlier. I gotta remember all this. And remember all this that we did. And I've been on here for how long? Almost 2 hours. So you know, I write a book and call it the 4 hour book. You probably have this whole thing done for, but I'll just take my time and go, and a couple of days, just come back and do some more stuff to the book, stuff that come to your mind. So we already down to outline and outline expansion. We can go into either further outline expansion, which we're going to do. So we can just go ahead and get to dialogue and see. So chapter expansion is the process of taking your highly detailed outline and adding narratives. We got a highly detailed one, basic, expanded, fresh out. See, by fresh out, that's the first fresh out that I had. You're gonna see this when you get in here. You're gonna erase this. Then you copy this yourself and put your own one right here to keep note of. So basically, yeah, I only got okay, outline expansion is the process of taking your highly detailed outline, which is mine is the fleshed out outline, and adding narrative and dialogue. This can be combined with the dialogue section below. Two things we need before directing ChatGPT to our chapters. We did narrative style. Narrative was a way of presenting connected events in order to tell a good story. There are four different narrative styles: linear, nonlinear, quest narrative, and viewpoint narrative. And we ain't gonna go into what all those means, but you can ask ChatGPT the same thing, and it'll give you what it means real quick. So let's do that. Before we continue, I think I used the bathroom. Hold on, shit. What's up, Supernova? What's up? What's up? we back. Now, 27 down. Yep. Definitely gonna publish this book right here. That's gonna be one of the books I make. Just doing it live so people can see how to do it. If they want to do it themselves, it's all free. Kindle is free to publish, or you can publish a book for free. I already got one book up there for, which is me first understanding how to use ChatGPT, and that'd be easy to write because that book is like 20 something pages for a child. And I want easy. They did that quick, and they've been mostly non-fictions. It got it's a girl who story of a girl who went on a trip and she find a magical amulet and they take her back in time and she meet all the different women that help her throughout life, help her with different virtues. Like she meet Harriet Tubman, get some wise words from Maya Angelou, um, Amelia, no Amelia, I forget her name, Bessie, a bunch of Madam C.J. Walker. So that's all the book been about. It's been easy to come up with that because nonfiction is easy when you got true story with like true information in it. So we're writing a fiction. So we got to be very meticulous with ChatGPT in order to get them to write as much words as we wanted to. I also published another book before this one. It's another children's book. Which um, will show kids the different careers and stuff they can be when they grow up. So that'll be easy to write too. But it's like stuff like tell me about a teacher, tell me about a scientist, tell me about the benefits of being a doctor. So that made easy to write. I can write that in hours, couple hours. Have it on Kindle and ready for sale. You hear that lighter in it. So this prime it. That's what you're doing right now. We're about to prime it. We already got our flash out outline. Now we're about to get a narrator style. Let's create a narrative style and go ahead and start it. You just put them in these. They understand that you want to have a system set up so they know you must be knowing these. So do it like that. Before we continue, let's create a narrative style. So I know author, right? So I don't know what about narrative styles. So I'm gonna ask ChatGPT, um, give me um, 5 narrative styles to choose from. Epistolary, or the style that's told through a series of letters. So that's the written documents. Let me see. Give me some more. The stream of consciousness narration. This style follows characters' thoughts and feelings as they occur in real time without any structured plot or organization. Multiple narrators. The story tells the story from the perspective of multiple characters, each with their own unique voice and perspective. And I think that's why I want to do it. Might be giving me a tougher version to follow, but I think I want to have people from different parts of the characters be start talking and narrate they self, right? Let's go with number 7. So I just tell them number 7, they understand. Let's go with number 7 and take note of the narrative style and await my next instruction. I want to talk, not I just want just to take notes for later. So you see, sure, I have noted the narrative style as multiple narrators, and I will await your next instruction. So they say split into chapters, but we already did this. But we can use this framework right here to go ahead and write 800 word. Let's start with the introduction. Okay, let's do some training. Let's get this whole thing so you will like give you thing. So I will give you the three structure act, the irresistible story idea, and the immersive. Let me see what it's saying. 'Cause I don't know what these things is. Because I never write a book in my life. So um, let's just give it to it and see. Let's train it. I'm going to train you on a model for writing 800 word chapters based on outline and our based on our fleshed out outline. It was called something else. He already been training it to remember. That's why he had it in quotes. So we put now as a parentheses. So it's the same thing. So when you do yours, you can name it what you want. Mine's called the flesh out outline, which we did up here. Right here. The flesh out outline. So we remember this and I want to reference this. So we write this intro. Or we can just start with the first chapter. A chapter has four critical fundamentals: the narrative style. We don't gotta tell it which one. The character point of view, conflict, tension, resolution, and cliffhanger that leads to the next chapter, expands the outline. I was in call it just the outline. We got a fleshed out outline. Here, this is what we got. Do you understand the critical fundamentals for turning chapters into 600, 800 word chapters? And we're doing 600, 800 words because we go into that 800 words and we're going to change it to thousands of words ourselves by paragraph for paragraph, tuning it up. And you can even use ChatGPT for that too. I'll open up a whole nother chat on another tab and I'll have all right 27 there. I have I have them rewrite just one of those paragraph and add more details to the scene for me, and I turn like 30 type of words to like 90, and I'll go to the next paragraph and I'll do it like that because I want to keep the same structure. I don't want to add on to the story or take away, but I want to describe things more and make dialogues more interesting and longer. But I want to keep the structure that we got throughout the story. That's the basic structure. We don't want to go away from that. We want to just flesh out the story. That's what they call it. So so I don't think we need this. We can tell our own instruction at the bottom. So basically, so using everything noted, and let's name this. We will call a chapter name where you tell it, where you train it on a chapter for critical fundamentals. So when I ask it, if we start doing something I don't want to do any writing these chapters, I'm gonna ask it to go remember, write it in the form of the full critical fundamentals. I can put it just like this so you can remember, okay, you can remember these. Um, so say yes. That's all I wanted to say. See, turning chapters. Okay, chapters. That's the name of what we're gonna call it. Just chapters. We got a parentheses. So the parentheses also quotes and parentheses must we do the same thing because it get in naming it. So we turn in chapters and quotes. I don't want quotes. I want parentheses. So let's see. I want to change the structure in the middle of what we've been doing this whole time and cause confusion myself. So where else he did that at? And he put writing in quotes too. I don't know why yet, but it might be a reason. So we saving this too. We saving the word chapter. So let's change it right here too. It's something like coding because cause you gotta be so precise. You gotta be an engineer with these. Okay, that should work. So say yes. The critical fundamentals for turning chapters. Okay, still ain't getting me into what we gonna call it, but we'll be able to reach back to this so you understand this. So go ahead and write chapter one. And I find giving it a specific number of words make it even better. So I'm gonna start off with I'm gonna do 800. That's what I did my last book, and they still have to slow down on moving the plot too fast, going into the next chapter. So let's go 563. Okay, so using what's noted, write me a. We're gonna start off with rough draft one. Write me a for chapter one. And we know what I could do. I'm gonna save the intro and the introduction for the end, so we can have a more understanding of our whole body of work and our whole story. Will be able to better do those parts, the name of the book and the intro. So okay, using what's noted, write me a rough draft one for chapter one. Simple. No, I did that wrong. Stop. 583 pages. Not pages. Hell no. Words. If I had put pages, he probably would have said, I can't do that. So what I would do from here, we're pretty much done. And I would just get every chapter. I'll get a rough draft for every chapter. I looked at it already. Angela Williams stood at the whiteboard, marker in hand, mapping out the evidence they had gathered for her. Her partner, Terry Jenkins, stood next to her, watching her work. And you know, a lot of things they probably ain't got no dialogue. All right, so we've got three homicides, so they do got dialogue. Okay, but they lack in dialogue. You can see, got some though. We'll catch these guys, Angela. We just need to keep digging. And then, if you don't want to even do novels, you know, another good thing that people don't got a lot of, but go viral on YouTube, video books. If you know how to generate art with Midjourney, I see people do short stories. They don't much go through the whole fleshing out. They just take the outlines and they make video. This would be a nice, good size video too. You can do series. You can do episodes and have narration and storyline and have a video book of fiction stories. You have a whole channel on that. I guarantee that channel, bro. Pretty much. So that's another thing you can do. So they give me the first chapter, 583 words. Let me see. Let me check this. This don't look like 583 words. And the way I check it, I was going to open up another chat and ask another chat bot that don't understand, that don't know what we're doing. Make sure they ain't tricking me. Give me a word and page count. Line typing. Give me a word page count. 96. Something tell me check that. Anyway, say this is not 583. Unless they counting all this right here. They might be counting all this. Yeah. That still wouldn't be 483 words. This thing never give me what. Chat GPT 4 bet at a lot of these little errors that they make. If I tell you, watch what you say. They're saying this chapter is 483 words. I'm gonna just say that. I apologize. See, I apologize. Here's an updated rough draft, and then they go put 400. Oh, man, they crazy. I want 573 words. Okay, now updated. Just know when you're done with this rough draft, just make sure you tell it, okay, we're gonna name this rough draft one. Take note of it because you're gonna have it expanded, just like we did with the outline. They're gonna expand the rough draft depending on how long you want your book. But the good thing about when they expand it, it's going to only expand it based off. They're gonna stay into the range of the outline. Ain't gonna start talking about stuff that ain't got to do with the story. It's just gonna add like small details in it. Angela Williams stood at the whiteboard, marker in hand, mapping out the evidence they had gathered so far. So you know, her partner Terry Jenkins. So we read that. So I can read the whole thing since we're on live. Okay, so what they did when they changed the ending. So the chapter ends with Angela and Terry sitting in the squad car, sifting through evidence they had gathered so far. They knew they were getting close to cracking the case, but they also knew that Markham's organization would stop at nothing to protect their empire. As they drove through the streets of Southside Chicago, Angela can't help but think of her late husband Richard. So they created Richard, but I don't got a character arc for Richard. So let's go ahead and get that. She knew he would be proud of the work she and Terry were doing, and she vowed to see it through to the end, no matter what it took. So that's nice. So let's um give me a arc for Richard. Now they trying to get real deep with Richard. They say he. See how this thing could be fun. That Richard Depp served as a catalyst for Angela's pursuit for justice. As the investigation progresses, though, what we're going to find out is Angela begins to uncover evidence that suggests Richard was involved in corrupt activities before his death. This revelation shakes Angela's perception of her husband and causes her to question everything she thought she knew about him. As Angela grapples with this new information, she also realizes she needs to come to terms with her grief and move on with her life. By the end of the story, Angela has learned to um, reconcile the good and the bad of Richard's memory. Okay, good. We will keep this character arc, but rewrite it in the why name it? I forget. Uh, Let me go look. Narratives, and it's a lot of writing. If I had to do this myself, I didn't want to never write this book. If I had to write all this shit myself, I swear, uh, I'm not a good writer. I get tired writing after a while. I got type too much. So they say, keep note the novel profiles, character profile, and okay, we will keep the characters. We will keep this character arc, and but rewrite it in the character profile framework like you did the other characters. Okay, we know that. We know that. So they say he deceased, so he's not an active character, but he got a background. This one with a background. Deceased husband of protagonist, former detective. Okay, we got Richard. Pat, we can add this to our character profile list and tell ChatGPT to remember that. Okay, add uh, this profile to our noted character profile. Okay, thank you. So let's we got a narration, not dialogue. So let's go ahead and train it on dialogue. And we're going to name it compelling dialogue. So every time we bring it back up, we need to add more compelling dialogue. You're going to remember this framework that we trained it on, like the rest of the things we did. All right. So full scene. So here we on this, the last one for the day, the dialogue, which is the last section. Until we get the proofreading, which is, you know, this goes without saying. Got different prompts for that too. And then we could create our title, and then we pretty much would be done writing the whole novel. I'm gonna show one day. I'm gonna show me publishing it. I'm gonna publish my matter of fact. I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll publish my that should be done by the night. I got a children's book coming out. It should be done by the night. So I'll make a video showing how I publish it, and I won't have to show how I publish this because it's the same, you know. So we already done with this entire list. We're gonna do dialogue, and then gonna let you good people take a rest. Again, you don't want to do all this in one setting. You want to, do something, take a break, do something later, keep your creative juices flowing. All right. So we're time we on dialogue. So let's finish this. So aspect of compelling dialogue. I want to train you on the framework for writing that we will, let me say, that I want you to note as yeah, in the future we ain't gonna really have to write it to it like this because they're gonna be able to give it fix the memory system that it has. But in order to get what you really want out of this, we gotta really do these type of things to keep the memory going so you can remember what we want later on down the line. We ask for it. I want to train you on the framework for writing that I want you to note as compelling dialogue. Aspect of compelling dialogue includes driving the chapter forward, reveals emotion and internal conflict of the character, reveals the world the character live in, and what the name of our the world we built. I think so. Now I get what he did. He write hers as immersive world building, and write mine as the world we built. So you can remember that we already training on that. That's why we're keeping these names. That's why we got compelling. Think we might want to train it later. Compelling dialogue. We want to remember all this right here as well. Compelling dialogue is so when we ask it to give us some dialogue in our chapters, it'll it'll come from these understanding. Introduces introduce different characters and me and spell character wrong and dialogue through dialogue reveal backstories. Unique character voice is based on character personality. So I should have made somebody humorous so we're gonna add a little bit of comedy in this, but I'll do that myself later when I flesh it out. Do you understand the aspect of compelling dialogue? I like to ask if you understand things too. Okay, I see what he did. At a time, and you will analyze the chapter and insert compelling dialogue throughout the chapter where it adds to the story. I will also provide the character personality. So did he give it character personality? I know they give us character personality already. Let's check. Character arc, character flaws, nope, character personality. Yeah, right. So I'm gonna make ChatGPT give me it. Also provide the Character personalities also provide each character personality. So if so, I will give you the chapter one at a time. The one chapter at a time. Okay, now I'll give you one chapter at a time. You will analyze. So that's basically after you get all your first group of chapters ready, your first drafts, and then you can go and then we go back over and you flesh it out with dialogue. The chapter and insert compelling dialogue. You already add some dialogue in mine this time. The first time I did this yesterday when I did this with my other book, it didn't even give me no dialogues. It just give me a story with the where it add to the story, and also provide character profiles, personalities to my I should have named it something else, but I hope they understand what I'm saying. Anyway, let's check. The only thing you will know way you know if you just check. I already analyzed the chapters and insert compelling dialogue where it adds to the story. I will also provide each character personality to your characters personality to my character profile. Okay, you get it. That's why you got to talk to it like that, like a human is a child who just can't really remember, but he know what he knows everything, he just can't remember. And then when you talk to it, it's like you gotta broke down your English again. So I want chapter one, rough draft. So what you do is just give it them the chapter one that you already wrote, that already was written for you. Because I ain't writing not one. All I doing is coming up with things in my head. So I pretty much will just read this and I'll add on and take away. Because I basically the ultimate author. But he's just showing you this to make it, for time purposes. But I would read everything he give me. I really enjoy it. One yesterday, I've been having it rewrite it, and I've been adding on stuff, small details, create because I already know how I should want my story to go. I already know how I want my story to go. Once I get to this point, I got a whole lot of creative juices in me because they're giving me a guideline. So sentence for sentence, I can adjust. Let's give them the chapter and let it write. Let it add dialogue. And the reason why you want to do this because you don't want to rewrite the chapter. You just want to add to what you already got. And that's how you get a longer chapter. I ain't gonna type nine notes. I'm gonna see if we remember what it's supposed to do. Okay, it does. Here's a rough draft of chapter one with compelling dialogue, inserted and character personality added to the character profiles, flesh outline, expands the flesh outline so you remember that, the conflict, you remember the narrative style, the character point of view, the conflict, tension, and resolution, and cliffhanger, and we just adjust the dialogue. I can see that it did. See, more dialogue. The chapter ends, okay. And I want to always tell me that the chapter ends. I want you don't gotta add this in your book, or you could. This a nice little structure to add. That's how episodes end. You can add the chapter ends. You can have a extra narrator who narrating as the director, and he could just let me know. But I like this because you never know when they're done. They could have start right here at city, and then I'm supposed to press please continue to get the rest, but I think he done. That happened to me. So I like now I like to see them end like this so I can notice the end. I don't have to press please continue because I almost did. So let me get right now, let's get a word count. So you see scratch that to 806 words just by adding dialogue to it. And then you can ask them to expand the compelling dialogue or expand chapter one, rough draft of chapter one to make even more words. But the one thing it's not going to do is not going to bring in extra things that'll mess up your structure of your story. It's going to, things. So when you read this, you can even change the dialogue up some more, make them say even longer sentences. That's how you flesh out a book without messing up the story. You can say, rewrite the sentence. I'll take the whole dialogue and say, rewrite this dialogue and make it longer. Or even take it into another chat that don't even know what a story about and have them flesh out this dialogue between these two people. It's going to just work with what it has and just make these I'll probably have to say a couple more things back and forth, but I will keep the same understanding of what this conversation about as much as possible. And that's when you're getting down to the real detailed version. That's why I say my first chapter on another book gonna be long as hell because I'm going through it fine tuning and like this. And then over the next few, and then I go into the next paragraph. I go into the whole chapter like that. So pretty much me and ChatGPT writing this book at the end of the day. Okay, so we done with that for the day already. I'm going through all the steps. And I'm doing this for a horror fiction, sci-fi, and now a murder mystery. Two at one time. It'll be done quick too. And ready for sale. So I'll see y'all in the next one. If y'all got any other things that y'all want to see, what could be done with ChatGPT, let me know. I can show you how to build a whole YouTube channel using this a website, any kind of business plan. You can create any kind of plan. You can create that take writing. Everything need a plan, like a workout plan or a schedule for anything you got to do. You can get one from ChatGPT. They can even do charts. Let's way out on the time. I'll round the time off 2:37 now. That's a lot. That's a long time. We'll go to 2:40. So let me open up a new chat. Switch to 4. And let's say you want to build a YouTube channel and make a whole lot of money with it, right? So let's give you a bonus. Let's do that real quick. 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes, so let me show you some prompts what I would write to start off. For content creators. Okay, so let me see. Give me 20 of the top YouTube niche idea. And then I'm gonna do for faceless, because when you do faceless, that means those videos and those channels you can do without, people don't like to be on camera. So I'm gonna make it even easier. I'm gonna do faceless. So you still could be on camera with these type of channels if you want, but just for people who don't have to buy a very high detail camera and equipment and all that, you can do. It's a seed. People making $1,000 per month with these type of channels, so it's possible. So give me 20 of the top YouTube niche ideas for faceless for a faceless YouTube channel. Just like we start with the book, we get the ideas first, get our uh, creative blood juice flowing. Uh, let's see. Okay, to give us a good book. Okay, well, let's do this. CPM is cost per thousand view. Certain niches give you different cost per view. So if you're in a niche that get a lot of views, like the celebrity niche, uh, stuff like that, sports, stuff like that, your CPM not gonna be as high. It's certain niche that they pay more for per thousand view. So let's Let's ask them what is the top 10 CPM niches for YouTube. Oh boy, they won't give me. They give me what they think. Okay, personal finance and investment, financial planning, stock market analysis, investment strategies are often high, attract high CPMs. Insurance, real estate. So you see, they give you more per view for these, but these like boring, quote unquote, niches. People want to see violence and sex. So celebrity niches and stuff like that, higher niches, but they don't pay you that much for it. But those niches that's more important for us to know, but it's boring, they pay you more for. So it's a win-win. It's a you know you got if you got an interest in one of these, go for it. If you got an interest in any one of these the channels you should be making. But most people don't got interest in these things. But we're gonna pick one for the sake of this tutorial. So let's do health and fitness. Okay, give me five sub niches for number five. Home workouts, nutrition and meal planning. That's why I already say I know I want this. I want this. I might do this channel for real. Yoga and mindfulness is a good one. Give me five more. That's probably perfect right there. I could ask for five more. Supplements and product reviews. Four good too. Any one of these I can do because ChatGPT gonna do the whole thing for me anyway. What? So then you can exit. Just say use a brand new YouTuber. You can ask it to help you set up your whole YouTube by asking something like, um, "What's the key setting and features to configure for a YouTube channel based off number." Let's tell it. We won't. Let's tell it what we pick first. We choose number one, supplements and product reviews. channel name, the channel description, which is in your settings. People don't really know about this and don't really set this up, but there's something you can do so you can be the top one of the top channel. YouTube want to push your channel if you do things right. Channel keywords. People don't pull that out on their channel. I be seeing when I do my channel audits, channel art, and you got a straight plan that you can work towards when you got using ChatGPT for this type of research. You can just go step by step and go do the work. Community wall engagement, and it's a community that I'm not even in. I'm not in the well and fitness community, and I don't subscribe to well and fitness channels. I don't subscribe to well and fitness magazines and none of that. So I'll be a stranger in this niche, but you'll still think that I was a professional guru. If they don't know about AI, they know they'll think I a professional guru because I have all the content, the good videos. So I'm gonna get them to do all this. So channel name, channel description, the profile pic, the banner image, the target audience, and you know, access things like I ain't gonna go through all these here because I'm about to go, but I got something to ask them for each of these to help me flesh these out. Like identify. I'm looking at a script right now. Identify 10 aspects for my other channel. I using the same thing that I'm teaching right now for another channel. So like I looking down at my list of notes of my YouTube target audience of my niche. Identify 10 aspects of my YouTube target audience of my niche. So, see, understanding your target audience, and they about to help me understand. They're pretty much telling me what to do every step of the way. And they can go in here and even get more information or even more scientific, technological. Right now, I got like agent bots that go on the internet and search out things for me. I can go ask them to go and find the top websites and YouTube channels in this niche and bring me back data that help me beat the competition out and see what they're talking about, see what the hardest things will be, watch the most, all these different things going on right now. But this is just a little easy thing that I show you a simple way. So you can access the right things like they write graphs and stuff to write me a CSV graph of some good SEO keywords for my channel. You got to keep in the same thing. You remember what channel you got at this point. You should know what I want. Stop. They, they tell me I can't do CBS. Either something. Hold on. Write me a detailed SEO report and graph form of some good SEO keywords, approx searches. They probably gonna say you can't get the information because you can't search the internet, but let's see. Searches and competition level for my channel. No, and they would say can generate graphical representations. And I've seen it wrote different graphs and different things in Reddit, and I see other people playing with this. I just ain't know the prompt right now to get it. Okay, that's why I want right there. I want to write just like this in like a graph form. You see, he did it. First, he said he couldn't do it. Now he's doing it. And they give me the approximate searches per month of these keywords that I need to be ranking for or going after. Okay. Um, you can exit to organize your home page layout. You will exit to develop a YouTube channel strategy and timeline to get such and such subscribers within such and such month within the channel. Make these actionable steps. Let's X that thing get out here. That's a lot. But that'll give us a lot of good information. So let's see what it give us. Right. Develop me a YouTube channel strategy. Matter of fact, let's do this. Assume you're expert, a 30. I don't know how you 30. YouTube 30 years old. I don't know. 30-year expert in YouTube channel building. Develop me a YouTube channel strategy and timeline. I mean, I realized a long time ago when I got a schedule, I get things done. When I don't got a schedule, I procrastinate a lot. Still get things done, but I procrastinate a lot. I got a schedule, easy to get done. Timeline to get 1,000 subscribers And what are 100 days? 1 month. Let's go. 30 days. This a channel dedicated to my niche. Make these scheduled, actionable steps within the time frame. See, and say as an AI model, it say as a YouTube channel expert now. I tell it to be that first. And he started giving me a weekly plan. You could do daily and give it what days you got available and all. You can do this with this method right. I just wrote this prompt is what you can do for things in your life outside of making money. Like if you want to have a plan, a schedule, just a to-do list and a schedule organized, then you can ask them to create one. A weight loss plan, you want to use a certain amount from just a certain part of your body. You can get very detailed in a certain amount of time. Tell them to write you a schedule for that. Assume you're an expert fitness coach and write me a same thing I write just now. Give them a time frame. They're gonna try to his best to squeeze in everything you would need to get that accomplished done within that time frame. So it's a hell of an organizer. You want to lose 15 pounds in a month from your waist. Then I might ask you different questions about yourself to see to get more information and give you that. But these steps are not guaranteed, of course, to result in 1,000 subscribers within 30 days. But by following this strategy, you'll be well on your way to building an engaged and loyal audience. Continuously analyze your channel performance and adjust your strategy. And you can also do that with it. You can get on the scale at the end of week one and tell it. You can tell it your weight on the scale before during the prompt. At the end of week one, tell it the weight after following week one's instructions from it, and then see how much you lost, and then it'll adjust it if we see that you need more work or suffer any work. They can help you. So I can come back after week one and test my audience, give them some more numbers, and they may adjust the rest. After seeing what my numbers is, it might tell me what to focus on more and what not to. After seeing what's working and what's ain't. So you pretty much could keep this on the side of the screen as your YouTube guide throughout your whole journey on YouTube or wherever you're using this for. These type of things like guides. You can create, if you don't know what to sell, you can ask them to create 5 unique selling propositions for my channel. They'll tell you what to sell. So let's do that. And I'll be the last one, I promise. All right. There's so much. It's like, I just put my channel now. You understand what I mean? See, it's going straight to the supplements. And you know what else you need to do? Go ahead and get Bing Chat. Bing Chat is another AI pop-up. Bing Chat can be the one that give you the updated information. You can use that every morning and say, okay, give me the top news within the supplements fitness niche. And they're going to scan the web and give you the news that just come out that day. So if a new supplement come out that day, you'll be the first one to make a video about it. Tell you that. If you do that every day, use that as market research on your niche. You will use Bing Chat for that. Just go ask Bing Chat that to stay up to fresh because ChatGPT don't search the net. So they give me expert insight. I can offer science back and well researched information on supplements. This can be a selling point. These are selling points, not products. So give me 10 things I, matter of fact, give me 10 ways I can monetize this channel. YouTube ad revenue, of course, the first one. Affiliate marketing, yep. Links in the description. Sponsor content, merchandise sales, shirts, hats, paid membership, online courses, paid consultations. I'll do all this too. And be like, have the boy call in for a paid consultation. Have ChatGPT sitting right there next to me to answer questions. You will be talking to ChatGPT or me because I don't know nothing about this niche. But I definitely will be learning. If I was to do this, I'll read all this and I'll just learn about it. But I wouldn't pick a niche that I ain't interested in because I swear I wouldn't do it if I ain't bored with it. That's why my other channels I taking my time to pick it because I gotta be something that I want to do. They're like this channel all over the place. On Patreon. So we done right here. Um, I think the next video I probably will make on this channel will probably be something like this, where I showing you how to build this channel, a YouTube channel. I'll probably continue this, what we're doing now, and I'll probably show you some examples. Yeah, that's what I'll do, probably tomorrow. And I also got a live tomorrow showing how to upload books to KDP, Kindle, Amazon. So you can get that part of the projects that you want to be an author from step one, step selling. You can watch these two videos. You watch this one and the one that we're gonna do tomorrow. So peace to everybody out there and have a good night.